Hey, 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 good people. What's happening? Dr. Eve live again. I have got to get in here and get this watermelon. One of them is super ready, or at least I think it is. And I need to get in there and get it. Um, so I thought I'd bring y'all on the journey with me. Let me get some clippers because I gotta be prepared when I go in because the patch is full of watermelons and I don't want to step on the vines. So I'm having to be really careful about how I get in here. So I'm going to take you all on the journey with me. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. Let's see. I'll stand you up here. Maybe you can see me get in there. Can y'all see that? Hopefully you can see it. The patch is really big and the watermelons are everywhere. And I want to just try not to step on the vines because they still growing and I don't want to do anything to mess with the food flow. And this baby is huge and heavy. So let's see how we doing here. Gonna stand her up. And she may not be ready yet, but she looking like she is. And it's kind of wet down there, so I think it's time for me to go ahead and take her out because she's laying in some moisture, and I don't want her to go for bad. So we're gonna go ahead and take her out. Uh, hard to maneuver. I think I'm gonna go ahead and cut her. Go ahead and cut her lifeline so I can get her out. This is the first one off of out of the patch. Let me see if I can grab her. There she is. There she is, everybody. Very first one, and I tell you, she was snug as a bug down in there. I put some hay. I put some hay down there or straw for her to lay on down there, so she had a nice place to grow. And this is the watermelon. Our first pool. There she is. Isn't she beautiful? What y'all thinking? Y'all, we growing melons in the backyard farm. Y'all see that? She's probably about maybe 20 inches. I don't know. But she's she's heavy. I know that. She's heavy. And we're gonna get her on a cart so we can get her up to the house. And let me go back here and get my cart. I'm never really ready. I just be random. Did y'all see that watermelon? Isn't she beautiful? Y'all, that whole patch was a volunteer patch this year. One of my watermelons from last year um, laid there, and all the seeds were there. And so now we have this patch, this huge patch that volunteered. I didn't even plant it. But I do have one that I planted over here, and it's actually producing watermelons. Let me show you. This little baby right here. I planted her in the perennial bed, and she's actually growing watermelons. You see one back there, right there, where my finger is. Look like something dug into it already. Um, yeah, let me get this little cart. I have this cart holding these marigolds because I want to dry these seeds out so I can get all these marigold seeds because the marigolds did so well in my garden this year. I mean, they were giant marigolds. So I want to make sure I save the seed from, you should be saving the seeds from the food that does well, because that's what you want. You want stuff that does well. So I got a lot of chores to do out here today, and I thought I'd just hang out live with y'all because why not? I love talking to y'all. I love taking y'all on the journey with me. Let's see. We are trying to get this cart. I have this little baby cart that I roll around here with so I can do my chores. So it can do the heavy lifting for me. Let's move this out of the way. That's for one of the beds. Been preparing some of these beds. And so let's go get this watermelon. Hey, 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 hey. The first watermelon of the patch, y'all. I'm super geeked. And this is my backyard homestead, y'all. We grow food. We grow lots of food. And I love that for us, and you can too. And even if you don't have a backyard, there's still food that you can grow. And we're going to be talking a lot about that. But I want y'all to see, can y'all see all them watermelons that's hiding in these patches? They everywhere. Some of them didn't make it, but a lot of them did. A lot more than last year. So let's get this baby up. Let's get her into the cart. Get her into the cart and take her up to the house. Oh, that's our first watermelon. That's our very first watermelon. Now let's get her back up here. And then we're going to talk about, maybe do a couple more things together because I want you all to begin to see behind the scenes as well. So this is my watermelon. We're going to put her up here. I wanted to show y'all my little washing machine that I bought. Maybe another day, but we're going to put her up here on the table so she can air out. Probably going to spray her down with some soapy water. Usually she can't fit into the little washing machine. How long it took for it to get that size? I want to say a couple months. Yeah, she been in there a couple months. Like I want to say she started growing around July. Yeah, around July. So it's my baby. Hey, take a picture. Hey, my baby. That's my first one. I love that for me. Yeah, it's a nice size. It's a nice size. Hey, Eric. Welcome, welcome. All right, so what's up next? I'm going to head into... I got some bags I need to deal with. Am I going to reseed it? Yep. reseed it right back. Well, it's going to probably, I have, what I have is, I'll save the seeds from it because seeds is everything to me. You don't save the seeds from something that grows in your yard. If it grows in your yard, you save the seeds and you regrow it. That's the key to success in your space, right? Success in your space, because everybody's soil is different, and I take care of the soil here. So your environment that you're growing things in is very, very important. Let me just give you a little peek. Here's another one. Now these aren't taking as long to grow. I think they needed the photos. I had cut back the leaves, and I don't think I was supposed to cut the leaves back, but I needed the leaves cut back because it was a volunteer and I couldn't see anything. You see, it's growing all out there. It's growing all out there, and I couldn't see anything. But when I read about it, it said that they grow from the leaves. They need the leaves. They need those leaves. So that wasn't a smart thing for me to take the leaves off. So here's two more. And see, they're growing. See this one? It's a nice size. This is a nice size melon. And I'm just going to let it hang out and grow. And this one looks like it might get stunted, but we're going to pray about it. Hopefully it'll just go on and grow on out and won't root rot. Let's walk on around here. So this is my roselle patch. I grow a lot of roselle. This is my thing, right? This is my thing. I grow a lot of roselle in my garden. Um, and so this may be one of the commodities that I use to sell because I do well at it. This particular orchard area is on the downslope, so it gets all the water. So anything that comes from up there flows down here. So this was a really good microclimate to place my roselle because so I think your mama would be ashamed of you. I think your mom would be ashamed to know that you said something like that. Um, and I know that God is, so you better ask for forgiveness. But these are the roselle because God don't play about me. He will strike you right where you are. Um, and so this is the this is my roselle garden. But look at this, y'all see? I can't even get in here no more. I can barely get in here because the watermelons have taken over. But I'm so happy that the calluses are coming in. We're going to get a lot of, see here, we're going to get a lot of hibiscus. So I wanted you to see how these are doing. See, this one's not doing so well. When they start looking like that, they're getting what's called root rot, or what you cannot, is it root rot? I forget what it's called when it doesn't fully grow out. And this one is kind of doing the same thing. So what happened is a couple of these um, didn't go to seed, but they just laid here. So this is where the vine is coming from. It's coming from a plant from last year. So I didn't plant this. So just so you know, I didn't plant this. This is from my watermelons from last year. Here's another one that's just about ready. It's a nice size too. So I redid all of this so that they would have something to lay on because the straw keeps them from laying in places where they will get rotten. So I know it looks like an eggplant, but it's not. It's a watermelon, and it didn't do well. It didn't fully develop. But these, and neither did this one. You see this one? Same thing. It didn't fully develop. But we're gonna leave it there and see what happens. If it doesn't grow anymore, I'm just gonna cut it off. But these are, you see, this one, this is doing well. That one's doing well. And they're still growing. I'm just gonna let them grow, and we're gonna see what we get this year. This is another bed. They're growing right next to this fire pit. I wanted to show you is another one over here. Hopefully it'll keep growing. Up, look at that one. That one's doing okay. Hopefully it'll keep growing. I'm hoping. It looked like it's trying to develop something, but not sure what. But hopefully it'll keep going. And this is another one next to the. Oh, it's a couple of them back there next to the fire pit. So here's one right here, and it's a baby down there too. So can you see it? And then there's baby right there. So they still growing, y'all. I don't know what's gonna come out of this patch, but for now, it's a lot of them. Yeah, I put the straw before they get big. I put the straw down so that they can lay on, have something to lay on. Now, what I will do next year is, because I know that this patch can get so big, I have to expand the area, because this is where they grow. So wherever they grow, you want to switch them out year after year, but you want to be careful, because they may not grow in the next area where you place them, right? So you want to be mindful. But there's still a lot of flowers. Look, there's still a lot of flowers out here. So they're still getting the flowers are still getting pollinated here. And as you can see, the bees right there, because our little farm is full of flowers. It's full of flowers. I put in a lot of marigolds, and so everything is still populating here because we have so many flowers. So many things for the bee to attract the bees, and I think that that's important as well. Look at them. See, I harvested this morning too, but look at this. They absolutely love this. So if I don't do anything else with this Thai basil, the Thai basil is a pollinator attractor. So this whole bed is nothing but pollinator attractors. So maybe make one. Maybe make one of your beds a flower bed that's just for pollinators. Look at all the bees. They're everywhere. They love it here. So, but then I have a perennial garden too, so there's lots of flowers all around. But this video was really just to show you all the melons. But what kind of soil? Believe it or not, that sandy soil just need a little bit of amendment. Believe it or not, Eric, the sandy soil actually will grow lots of things. You just have to amend it. You just have to. I had to make sure it wasn't something peeping over the roof. Look at these bees fighting for this flower, y'all. Look. You have to have pollinators, or nothing will get pollinated. And that's part of it too, Eric. You have to have pollinators to pollinate the flowers. If they come up, if you don't have pollinators, then you won't have, you won't have fruit, right? So that's critical. I put pollinators, I put fruit, I put it everywhere. At the base, I put it at the base of plants. I have giant marigolds. They grow everywhere. They're growing all in here. I just pulled one down yesterday that stood taller than me. All right. So you have to have those pollinators. Make sure you have pollinators in your garden so that you can. And the soil that I have, you said what you mean? Oh, by amending, I mean, okay, for example, these beds. Let me just give you an example. These beds over here that I'm amending right now. Um, okay, let's start with this one. This bed right here. This bed right here was not a raised bed. It's a it's a tilled bed. So I till. I will till my ground. And a lot of my soil is clay, very thick. And so what I did was I started adding natural resources. What are your natural resources? Your natural resources are your trees, leaves. This is what I tell people when you are buying or you're looking for a property to farm. You want to make sure that you are moving into an area that provides you natural resources like these. So what's going to happen in a couple of months or a month, and maybe it's next few weeks, all these leaves are going to fall on the ground. What do I do with the leaves? I do not throw them in the trash. I see so many people throw these natural leaves in the trash when actually the leaves are an excellent source of natural nutrients for your plants. So this is what I do with them. I pile them up here and they just sit here. But I haven't made a bin yet, or I have made one, but it's not the right kind. So what I did was I came over here and I took some hampers. I took some hampers and I started just piling up all the stuff, all the yard debris. Your yard debris is nutrients, all of this. I even take that nutrients. You see this in the bed here? That's what I did to that bed over there I showed you. This is hay. This is pine straw from the tree, from my pine. You see all them pine trees? I got pine trees everywhere. So what's going to happen is all of this pine straw is going to fall. And I save it and I put it on top of my beds. Eventually the pine straw will break down, but the pine straw is the hardest to break down. So what I've done is I wait for my tree cutters. Tree cutters, when I hear them start cutting trees in the neighborhood, this is what I do. I put my clothes on and I chase the tree cutter. I'm just giving you what I do, examples of what I do, because these spider webs are awful. I need to get these spider webs down. Um, so now follow my tree cutters. Soil. This is soil. Exactly. This is your soil. This is your soil. You hear me? For real. All of it's soil. Okay, so I'm creating my own soil as well, but I bring in compost as well. So what I do when I get the tree cutters, I have them dump. I have them come dump it right here. I dump a pile right here. So I go find the free stuff, and then I put up a sign and say, "Don't trespass." So that's what I do. And then so now these beds, like I'll take that mulch, right? I take that mulch from the trees. And that was some hot pine soil too. Some hot pine. I probably shouldn't have put it directly. I didn't put it directly on my plants. I just put it on the ground. So by putting it on the ground, what I mean is I wanted to get rid of the grass. So, I'm gonna walk into these webs. Hold on. So I wanted to get rid of the grass. I'm 62 years old. I don't like fighting weeds. I'm growing a farm. I don't want to fight grass. So I put it on the ground. Now what's happening is though, it's starting to break down. And because it's starting to break down, you see what's happening, right? The grass is still popping through. So I'll probably take some more wood chips from this pile right here and put on top of it as it keeps coming in, because this is already breaking down. You can see the psyllium. You see the psyllium in there? So it's already starting to break down. These two beds are the absolute worst because I put straw in there first, and the straw is hard, like I said, hardest to break down. So these two beds aren't as lucrative. So I throw beans in there. I throw things like black beans, things that can give it nutrients. These are black beans. As long as you have beans, you got flour and you can make bread, okay? Oh, look at the potato. Look at this potato, got a nice bloom. Y'all ain't never seen a potato bloom. That's so pretty. So I throw beans in there, right? And as long as you got beans, you got flour. So you should be planting your garden beans. Go in your cabinet and grow beans so you can have flour. Because, baby, we about to face a crisis, okay? This is a herb bed, but it's looking kind of bad. But this is oregano. I'm probably going to pull it up. I think I'm going to pull it up. Well, I don't know. I might let it keep going. We'll see. But this is, believe it or not, this is chickpeas. I never grew chickpeas. But, baby, if you could get some chickpeas to grow, you got something. You know why? Because chickpea flour, chickpea everything. You can make chickpea do so many things. All right, let's get back over here to this bed. So, one more thing. You see how I throw? I throw stalks down, corn, anything left over. Any leftover, I throw it right into the beds. So that the beds are getting the nutrients. As you can see, there's a lot of straw. This is my asparagus bed. You're not supposed to pick your asparagus the first year. So I did it. And it grew up to be a fern. But next year, I'll get all kinds of asparagus out of this bed. It will yield for about 20 years. All right, let's go back to this bed right here. So those are all the things that I did to this bed right here. Now, what I did after that is I just had a fresh haul of compost come in. Now, I could use all this other stuff as compost, but I wanted some fresh compost. I wanted some more compost because I wanted to amend my bags to get them ready for the fall because I got so many of them. You know, I wanted to make sure I'm ready so I can grow food, right? Because we need to grow food. Well, this is fresh compost on top of it. So this compost will seep into the soil gradually, right? As you plant. When you plant, you want to dig beyond the surface of the compost into the old soil. So that's what I will do. And then this soil, this compost will be the more amendment to your soil. So that's how, in a nutshell, that's how I amend my soil. Did that help? I hope that helped. And I do that for all the beds, every single bed that I have out here. And right now, what I'm actually about to do, I'll take you on a journey with me because I'm actually about to amend some bags. I have my work area, which is back here. I'm trying to use up all of this wood. Uh-oh, what happened? What did I do? You've been trying to grow bananas? Okay, well look, you should be able to grow bananas. Let me see. Okay, my camera got stuck. All right, so bananas. Now, while I haven't gotten bananas yet, this is my banana tree. Now, I'm not supposed to be able to get bananas in zone 8A. I'm not supposed to be able to, but I know that I will eventually get some bananas. So, what will I do? I'm about to take this up. It's got four puppies over here. Four pups is too much together, right? So, I have to go in here now and I have to I have to dig it up. So, I've taken two up and they are not doing all that well. So, I'm going to do some research before I do that. Well, to be honest with you, my my banana tree reached maybe this height last year before the winter came in, and then the winter killed it. The frost killed it. So, but this year, this is what happened. It went through the roof. This was a greenhouse. This was a makeshift greenhouse that I made out of a tent. This is called using your resources because I had a grapevine. This grapevine gave me grapes this year. And next year it'll probably give me even more because it is so massive. But I'm a direct it down the path down here so it won't be uh, all up here. But I was able to get my grapes. I was able to save my grapes from being eaten by the June bug because I put like a and the birds. I was able to eat my own grapes this year, so that was exciting. You said yours won't grow. No, I haven't gotten any yet. So that's what I'm saying. It's just gotten this tall this year. Like it's out the roof. Look at the new things are still growing. So what I've researched is that it's gonna get a big bulb. Like it has to flower in order to get bananas. This has not yet flowered. So the flower is where the bananas come from. And eventually you'll get a uh, big old bulb, and that will be your bananas. So this has not gotten bananas. This is like I said, I only had one last year, and it was maybe got this tall. But this is four or five of them. It's one, two. Look at the one. This is the main one. This is the main banana right here. This one. And this is a pup. This is a pup. Uh, this is a pup. So that's a pup. I think I'm going to have to feed it to see how long have I had it. This is his third year. This is the third year, and I mean it's huge. But amongst it is muscadine grapes. This whole patch. This is I make microclimates, so we've even got muscadines down here growing. Yes, quite a few of them actually. But this is a brand new one. This is a brand new plant, and I can see things have wrapped themselves up in the leaves, probably some cocoons. I have to clean. This is one of the chores that I have is to rewire the patch. So that's one of the things I've got to do, manage. I've got to deal with that. It's massive, isn't it? And the grapevine it needs redirection. So once I can clear a path here, I'm gonna build my post down here, and I'm gonna let the grapevine run down. I'm gonna let it run right on down. Let it run on down, cause it's gonna need room to grow. Either that, or run it this way and make it run through the back of the fence, which is also a nice possibility, so that I don't interfere with the space right here. You said yours had it just for one. You had it for just 1 year. That is good. That mine might be like yours next. Yeah, yeah. It takes a while. What else are you growing, Eric? My blueberries did real well too. I just amended this bed. Now, what I know that The blueberries really need their acid. They thrive off of they're high acid, so I need to give them probably some of my some chicken manure so that because that has high acid. So I'm probably going. I just amended this yesterday, but I'm gonna add some chicken manure in there to see if it'll help them yield for the fall. Because there's two different types, and they are fall and spring bearing. Even this raspberry right here, see, it's just starting. If I can zone in, the raspberries, if you can see right there, are just blooming. They grow in the spring and the fall. So yeah, I have a huge orchard, figs, bananas. Like I said, I haven't gotten any bananas yet, but that's the size of it, that bad boy right there. Y'all see it? I have avocados. Yes. I don't, you got pineapples? That's good. I haven't done pineapples yet, but I'm working on it. But I got 3 avocado trees. I'm hoping next year I'll get some avocados, um, because they only grow on the fourth, maybe the fourth year, or it depends. But I do have some citrus. I've got orange, lemon, lime. Uh, let's see. I'll show you the avocados. Look at those tomatoes. These are beefsteaks, so they're gonna get really big. Um, these are avocados. So I have one, two. I grew these from seed, from my own seed. I don't have mango. My mango didn't do. I mean, I had a what do you call? Uh, that's my oldest mango. I mean, this is my oldest avocado right here, and she needs to be repotted. So we'll probably be repotting her. As a matter of fact, let me take her over here because we're working on those pots today. And uh, this is another citrus. They all produce. That watermelon looks so pretty on that table over there. It's such a beautiful watermelon. Anyway, I wanted to show you the citrus so that you can see. I'm telling you about this. This is a blueberry, raspberry, more tomatoes. I grow in towers. I grow in the patio. I grow wherever I can grow, right? So, but this is my very first. Nope, this is my lemon. It's getting ready to ripe. It's getting ready to turn yellow. So I'm super excited. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far on this tree. Then I have one over here. I'm beginning to see a little flowers. I think I saw flowers somewhere. One of these, I lost all the flowers because it fell. And they're very sensitive. If the flowers come off, then that's your fruit. The flowers are your fruit. So you have to be very careful. Yep, but this is my work area around here. And this is what I have to do today. I have one over here too. Looks like another avocado, but it looks like one of them sawing, sawing bees got to it and ate the leaves off of it. I was like, dang. Well, that looks like a pest back there. I don't know what kind, but it looks like some kind of pest. Looks like looks like one of those. Okay, I see aphids on this, ants. That's probably what's happening. To send your, just too small, your avocado tree. Yeah, it's too small. And the reason why it's too small is because it needs a bigger pot, and it needs more nutrients. So this is the work area. just just so you know, I have one of those areas where work is required. This is my lumber area where I make things out of. I make I make little decks. That little deck back there I made just out of this. This is some fencing from my fence. To have, if one of the things you want to do is make sure you get fencing up. I made this deck in an hour from that fencing that was left over, and I made another one back there. I like vista areas. So I'm putting them all over the garden just to have places to go and sit and enjoy. You must create an environment. You have to create an environment that you can enjoy. So this is my water collection. I collect water. And for those of you who don't know, I also raise chickens. Oh my goodness, I'm glad I came back here because look, I'm talking about throwing stuff away, mending stuff, and this got cayenne on it. Cayenne. This one, look at here. Peppers. Stuff still growing, but I was figuring like some things gotta go. So I have a lot of bags that I have to amend, and that's the job today is to put some soil and some compost together to uh, to amend the rest of these bags. That's my job today. I have a little greenhouse, and these are my babies over here. My girls, they doing something over here. They done laid the eggs back there, so I'll send them out to the playground to lay eggs because they be acting funny. These my girls. So you can make a backyard farm. Too small, your avocado tree. I am planning on growing lemon as well. Yeah, get you some lemons. What you got going on back there, girl? Hmm? She back there laying in the dirt. This they playground area. And I got some work to do here too because I got to make sure I cover all of these areas. I built these the side frames up and put cement in them so predators can't get into the playground area. So I've got to rebuild that, do some work with that before the fall sets in. And this is their actual house where they live at. My son built this for me. And then we just added this, like I built this as a trellis. I thought I was making a trellis. And then I said, oh, wait, that can attach to the fence. I need to go ahead. Oh, wait, there's a hole in that too. I need to redo. They probably was over here digging or something was digging trying to get in. So I need to redo all of this because I see potential hazard. And then over top of it is poison ivy. That is nothing but poison ivy up there. And it does not hurt the chickens. If I wanted to, I could give it to them. I could take it all down and feed it to them because it does not harm the chickens. Isn't that something? This is my lemongrass garden. This is where I grow all my lemongrass up and down this fence line. So there's all sorts of microclimates that you can create. And this, I had them haul this in. I get a dump truck to bring in new compost. So anyway, that's what I gotta do today. So I'm gonna pull up and I'm gonna sit y'all up and show y'all how I mend these bags. I'm gonna take y'all with me on the journey. If you have questions, I am right here, but I'm gonna sit you all up here with me so that I can show y'all how I mend these bags. This is my. No, this is not free. I actually ordered this from my local pottery and mulch. That way I don't get a bunch of dirt and a bunch of stumps. I really just want compost, and that's full compost. So you save the money for it, and because you can write it off on your taxes. I run a business. I'm running agriculture as a business. So everything I'm doing out here is business related. So we're going to see right here so I can show you how I'm going to amend these beds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start breaking down. Actually, first, before I start breaking down those other beds or other pots of soil, I'm going to start mixing some some of the things that I use in my amendments. The first thing I use is some soil, and I like the flower and vegetable garden soil because I can use it in the ground. It's a 543. It has a fertilizer in it, 543, and this is the soil that I use. Stay green. So I'm gonna go ahead and dump that. And I use my Gorilla cart because I can move it all around. So I have a couple bags that I need to fill. So I'm going to blend up, use all of my old soil, all the stuff. And I actually have some of my chicken compost that I use. And so I'm gonna grab over here and grab some, let me turn you around. I'm gonna grab some compost from the pile as well. And then I'm gonna turn it. I'm gonna turn this soil. I'm gonna break it down a little bit because it's got chunks in there. So I'm gonna break it down. Then I'm gonna add some compost to it. So the next thing I do is I add some perlite and some vermiculite because this soil is going into bags, and bags dry out really quickly. So I will add vermiculite, which is an element, and I will add perlite. Perlite will aerate the soil. Let's take this around here since usually have all this stuff together, but I just actually put the perlite and the vermiculite inside the greenhouse because I was preparing seedlings. So we will walk around here and thank God I am able to maneuver. I've made it so I'm able to maneuver around spaces so I can help or give y'all behind the scenes. So let's go into the greenhouse. So this is my little greenhouse. It is amazing. It is works for me. I want a glass one. I will probably build one. Maybe during the fall. And this is my little greenhouse. And here in the greenhouse is where I keep the straw, and I keep all of my tools and things to help me in the garden. I just cleaned it out, so I'm really happy about um, being organized and able to find. I'm going to be planting these out soon. But under here is where I keep totes. I keep totes of, my good stuff. This is mushroom. All right. So some little white butterfly just came in here, and it's got to go. It came in here to eat the vegetables up. um, so down here, this is what vermiculite looks like. Vermiculite is used to retain moisture. It retains moisture. And look at they didn't ate up these plants. Hold on just a second, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Look like these bugs didn't had a field day with these plants, but they'll come back. So have no fear. They might eat them now, but they're going to die. Them plants, those bugs are going to die. And your plants will come back. So, what we have, let me turn this camera around. Okay, I'm back with you. So what I have, what did I do with the chicken? Oh, it's on the other side. So I will grab a little bit of vermiculite for my soil. All right. This is what it looks like. It's white vermiculite. We'll grab some of that. And we'll grab some this is the perlite. Perlite gives your soil air, the air that it needs to breathe. It keeps your soil from being compacted. So you want to give some perlite, especially if you're planting in bags. And the vermiculite, which is this, will help your soil bags to retain moisture. So we're going to put that inside the soil as well. Okay? So that's what we're doing today. And I'm going to take you back over here to my area. I'm going to take you back over here. And we're going to mix this up again. And we're going to put a little bit of chicken composite in here too. Can you see? All right. So I also have, where is my chicken compost? Oh, here it is. So I store my chicken poop I'm gonna buy a blender just for my chicken poop so I can blend it up. And but in the meantime, this has been sitting for months and months and months. It is there just like manure, just like they use cow manure. I know what my chickens are being fed. You can use chickens, you can use rabbits, you can use ducks, and it helps your food to grow, right? So let me give you, this is my chicken poop. And you have to, chicken manure has to sit for a while because it is very high concentrated, very acidic. So you have to let it sit for a while because it takes that long to get the pH balance that you need for it to not burn your food, burn your plants. So I'm just basically chopping it up just a little bit. And I will add a little bit, just a little bit of this to my soil that I'm mixing up because I want my soil to have some good uh, amendment. I'm trying to get this camera around. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I was going the wrong way. So, I'm just gonna chop this up a little bit. I'm wondering, another thing I was thinking of doing was making it a liquid, like maybe putting water in it and just breaking it down. That might actually be a really good idea because it would be in a liquid form, right? Yeah. What do you use? What do you use for compost, Eric? What do you use for fertilizer? I tell you, we have to minimize going to the store. You have to learn how to grow your own feed. Sustainability means not spending your money. How will you sustain if these things aren't available? We all see how the supply chains we're having a hard time even getting stuff in because of the supply chains, right? So if we're not paying attention to what is happening and studying to show ourselves approved how we will sustain, then we might have chickens we can't feed. You understand? But chickens love beans. You can ferment beans. And if you grow beans, then you can feed your chickens, right? Chickens also love grass. You can also grow microgreens for them. They love green things. They love to eat your food. They love to eat all of your green vegetables. Should you give them all of your green vegetables? No, there are some things they should not eat. Beans are one of them. Like beans, like raw beans. Do not give them raw beans. You have to ferment them. Hey. So, this is a part of the process. But in order for you to sustain in what you're doing, my keys out here, I think. I would think I was trying to go somewhere. I'm glad you're home. I done locked myself out. Eric says, I use things that I use in my house, like eggs, banana, anything that isn't cooked. Yeah. But you know you can give them their eggs too, right? You can also feed them their eggs. Do you raise chickens, Eric? Yeah, save all that, save everything, all the peelings. I want another thing, Eric. Let me show you something. I think that people don't realize they could do. You don't have to keep the scraps in the house. You can literally put in a vermicompost bins. So 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe four, I got my first bed. My daughter built my first bed. It is the most richest soil that I have here on the homestead. Again, with all of the microbials from my estate. Um, and one of the things that I did, I wanted to show you, Eric, is how you can put in vermicompost bins. This is a bin that I put in the soil. It's drilled hole. Like this is natural fertilizer. This is food scraps that broke down. So all of this is rich stuff. There's a spider going. These spiders are everywhere. But you see this soil? Listen, I am producing the most beautiful okra. I just harvested them today. But these okra about tall as me. Look at them. This bed has produced the most beautiful okra you ever want to see. And look at that. Green and the red kind. Every day I come out and get fresh okra. Every single day. We even get tomatoes. You want to learn how to do that? Yeah, you can do that. So what I did, literally, Eric, and I'll start one just so you can maybe on my channel I'll do one. I just found the right. You got to get the right kind of bin though. I started with these blue bins, but I would prefer to use the white food bins because of materials that they're made out of. Okay, I bought these from Lowe's, and so I put holes in the bottom. I dig a hole in the bed when I'm putting the bed together, and I put the soil, put the food scraps in here. What happens is the worms actually will come in through the holes. Things will come in through the holes and break down the vegetables for you. You add some green things, you add some brown things, like your leaves on top of it, some soil, and then you have some great I put that in three of the beds. Three of my beds have vermicompost bins in them. I just wanted to show you that. And that's what they're called. You can look it up. It's called vermicompost bins. Vermicompost. I mean, it's beds that are inside. It's compost bins that are inside the bed. Vermicompost. Vermicompost. Which are really good to have. So I'm going to get back here and mix up this soil. Because it looks like we're going to get some rain. I've been trying to work against the rain. We haven't gotten any yet, but we don't know when. So you have to be constantly working. Work while it's day, because night will come when no man can work. All right? That is such an important message. People don't understand. You got to keep working while it's day. So I'm going to take a scoop of this, just a scoop, and put it in there. Now we got some fresh manure. And I keep it in a bin. So when I clean out the house, the chicken coop, I put it all in here. And I let it break down. So you have to make your own stuff, everybody. And this is time now for the trees and things to start falling off the trees. So my job will be focusing more on, I will be focusing more on how I process the natural resources so that people will understand how to use their natural resources. Because gardening is 365 days a year. For some people, it never stops because you got the sun, climates like Florida, climates like, I guess your climate 10 zones where you have a constant, ongoing, um, sun, a place where you can grow all the time. We can grow all the time, but it's more about what can you grow in that season, because that's the most important thing to remember. What can you grow in that season? So you want to mix all of these ingredients up really well so that you can have it evenly distributed throughout. Sometimes it's better to just actually pile on. I think it would be better. So next time I do a bag, I'm going to do it in layers like lasagna, because that will keep me from having to dig so hard to the bottom. But this is my exercise. I exercise through gardening, you know. And you keep turning it. You keep turning it over and mixing. Make sure you got a nice mixture of soil and compost and all of the beautiful things that you added to your soil. Dig down there, and turn it over. Whew. With your grass cuts. Can I use? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can use your grass. Use all of it. Have your grass cutter. Save all the grass. And here's what I do with all the green things. Here's some things I took out of when I was cleaning the beds yesterday, cleaning the weeds. These are weeds. What I do with the weeds is I have one of these water tanks that's just for green things. Yucky, huh? It's medicine. Let me open that up again. This is liquid fertilizer. Let me open it up again. I put all those green things right there, everything in here. Look at that. Smells like medicine. It smells just like medicine. It smells like medicine. So even if you don't want to do a vermicompost, you can get you a trash can, some good old rainwater. Put your grass in there. You can also put your grass on your as a covering over your. Use your grass as a covering. As mulch. It'll break down. It'll break down. Those are natural resources. I gotta start working on my front yard because I haven't done anything to that. I've been busy building up back here. What are some things? Do you have any recommendations for me, Eric? Because I'm always open to ideas. What are some things that you think would be beneficial for me that you're doing? How do you grow your pineapples? Because I know that They said all you take is the top part of the pineapple and plant it. How long did it take you to grow the pineapple? Because I would love to add that. I tried it in the water and it did really well, but it was in water. Do you hydroponic? Do you do hydroponics at all? I just want to get a good soil blend so I can put, you said 2 to 3 years? Wait a minute, what did you say? Question with my grass cuts. Can you use that as well? Yes. You said the pineapples took 2 to 3 years? Okay, so now what I do once I mix this, I will start putting it in my bags. So I have a bunch of bags that have not been filled in a while, so I'm going to get those ready. These are the smaller ones. I just keep a bucket of my bags that I dumped, and I needed to amend the soil, so we're going to get ready to put some soil in these bags. And then what I will do is I'll top it off with some more compost, and I'll put some straw over top of it and let it sit for a couple of days, if not a week or more. I just know that I want to have all of my bags in use, right? I get my bags from Amazon, and I will put the link to that. It will be an affiliates link. I will put the link to that in my description. I usually try to use the 7-gallon bags, but these are some of the first bags that I purchased. They're 5 gallons. So I will do all these bags to the top. 1 bag of that soil plus the compost and other goodies should fill two 5-gallon bags, because that's literally 1 cubic foot of soil. So, and I think I have enough to fill 2 bags. We're going to see right now. So I'm going to fill this to the top, and then I'm going to put some straw on it. And then I'll have 2 more bags ready to go. So the goal is we have to stay ahead of the curve, right? There's always things to do when you're building out your farm, or what I classify as your agribusiness, because as I've shared with you, I have a crop that a lot of people want and they don't have. So I fill it to the top, and then I have this straw that I use, and I cover the soil. Keep the soil covered. So that's 1 ready to go. Then we have another one. I think this is also a 5-gallon. Actually might be a 7. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see how many bags we're gonna get out of it. Out of what we just did. My goal is to get all these bags filled up today. I have a meeting tonight. I have done a nice harvest today. I was able to harvest tomatoes and okra and what else? Peppers and a watermelon. And a watermelon, y'all. Right, y'all? Right, Eric? You see that watermelon? That big old beautiful watermelon. So I've got a lot of work to do, some work to do in the back. But I'm just doing a little bit every day because it's just me. And sometimes I have volunteers, but not always. It's a one-woman show out here. But you got to do what you got to do to help people. And being out here on the YouTube channel helps me to help my community and helps me to help people who grow in my area. You know, because our area, our zones are different. So we can't, like, everybody can't grow the same. We can't grow everything at the same time because our zones are different. We have to make sure that people are clear about that, because we can think that, oh, let me try what so-and-so tried, and they are in a completely different zone somewhere. So we got 2 bags. We were able to fill 2 bags. And let me see. I'm going to try and get some in this next one. Probably won't be full, but we will be halfway there, right? So these are some old bags. I reuse all of my soil. I just amended. Don't throw the soil away. Just amend your soil. Okay? Actually, might get 3 bags out of this, y'all. Oh no. It's looking kind of good. It's looking like I might. Uh-oh. Shoot. I spilled a little bit of that. So when you get down to the bottom, you till a little bit more. Mix your soil up a little bit more. Like I said, the next time I put this in here, I'm probably going to use a lasagna method, so that I don't have to work so hard to mix it. So this one batch looks like it's going to give me 3 bags. I'm probably going to order more bags, because the more bags I have, also the more food I can grow, right? And this is for you all who don't have backyards, who don't have soil, don't have land. You know, if you don't have land, you can grow out of these bags, baby. But you got to have the right kind of soil. You got to have the right mix, and you got to care for it in the right way so that it can produce what you need and your family needs. Because I can eat right straight from the farm to my table. This morning, I had eggs and kale from my chickens in the garden. That was breakfast. Kale and eggs, sauteed. Now, what if I didn't have, let's talk about that. What if I didn't have a stove to cook it on? Then what are you going to do, right? Because we have to think about that. Like, what are you going to do if you need to cook the food, right? You have eggs, but you can't cook them. That is why I use cast iron skillets so that I can cook on an open fire. You have to know how to start a fire, people. I am a female, and I want to know. I wasn't taught these things. Does that have anything to do with anything, me saying that I'm a female? It does for me, because I wasn't taught these things. My daddy always did those things. So I'm having to relearn. I'm having to learn a lot of things that I didn't know. I don't even think my husband knew how to start a fire, because he was not a Boy Scout. He's the politician. Don't mean politicians didn't know, so don't go there either. Like I be saying stuff because I just be, yeah, that's my reality, right? Doesn't mean politicians don't know how. It just means my husband doesn't know how. Well, I don't think he does. Maybe he does. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Maybe he does. So it filled 3 bags, y'all. So that one blend, that one tub of 1 bag of soil mixed with my compost, vermicompost, um, a little bit of chicken manure, it made 3 bags. So I'm on to something here. I'm gonna get these things filled today. I could do this 2 more times, and then I'm gonna rest because this is laborious. Let me see if I can get this little bit. I have a little bit left in this barrel, and I need to top this bag off. Y'all probably can't even see me in this barrel, can you? I'm gonna top it off. Top this 1 bag off. Backyard farms, y'all. Backyard homesteads. This is my mini retreat homestead space, and I love it. I love teaching what I know. I love teaching people how to start a garden. I have a community garden as well outside in my community where I raise food and teach women how to feed their families. And so y'all, we got 3 beds. We have 3 bags. I was able to get 3 bags. Say that again. You said your banana tree needs to. I need to cut the leaves and leave like 2 to 3 leaves on the tree. Oh, really? So I need to cut. I need to cut all the leaves off and leave only 2 to 3 on there on the banana tree. Each one of them. Okay, I'm gonna do that when I get over to that area because I started working on it yesterday. I wanted to clear it out first. Um, so these are my bags, you guys. I have literally topped it off, and what I will do next, I'm gonna show you. So what I will do next to protect the soil from any sun. Okay, I'm gonna do that, Eric. I need all the help I can because I need them. I need them banana trees to produce, right? So what I'm gonna do next is grab this straw, and I'll show you what I'm going to do. I want to put this straw on top of. Y'all know I rest well at night, right? I have 62 and I rest well at night. Because I be tired. But I'm in the best shape. Okay, so I'll show you something in a second. I use this straw that is called Straw Boss. And I protect my bags. This is it. It's called the Straw Boss Premium Processors. Fine cut premium processed straw. Okay. I'm going to sit down because I'm tired. And plus it puts me closer to the bag. So I'm going to take the straw and cover these bags. It when they say really fine, it is. And they've taken out the dust. That's the part I like because the dust be bothering my lungs. So I just take it and spread it across the top. And so get your bags ready, y'all. Get your bags ready. Grow your food, you know. And always keep an emergency bag in your car and an emergency pack of soil already blended in case you ever have to leave your home and you need to start over. Okay? We are preparing our vehicles as well so that we can maneuver through the world in case we need to. Okay? So you want to be on spot on. You want to be vigilant about taking care of yourself and your family, okay? So we have 3 bags now that are ready to plant in. And we're not going to plant anything today in them. We're going to let them sit um, for maybe a couple days. And this is the last one. And I'm probably going to do a few more because I need to clean up my yard. I don't like a messy yard, so I'm going to do the soil that's in those containers over there. Dump those soils. Save all of my seeds from things. So it's a process. It's 360 degrees of everything, y'all. Everything can be reused or recycled. We just have to be really, really cognizant of what we have available to us. And these are my bags. They are complete. I am complete. I hope that you all enjoyed this video as much as I enjoy coming live to share and do the work. Um, yeah, so that's how I'm in my soil, Eric. Did you find that helpful? He said the bananas you will need to move the kids from the mom. Yeah. If not, it's taking her food. I know. I took 2 and they didn't do well. I just don't want to kill them. I've got to research. I've got to research because the mom has not produced any fruit. And that could be why. Because she has so much going on, her babies are all over her. And I mean, they are sucking at. That is some good soil over there. You hear me? So you are right about that, Eric. I gotta remove her and I gotta do it like now. How did I take them out? I dug them up with a shovel. I dug them up with a shovel. And then I also had to figure out where am I gonna put them. I'm thinking I have a spot in the back of the yard where I want to put them. But what's gonna happen is when you grow bananas, you know what? I may just put them where my lemongrass is. That would be a nice border on this side of the yard. I don't know. But it doesn't get a lot of sun. It does not get a lot of sun over here. Do they need a lot of sun? I mean, certainly they get a lot of sun where they're at, but they shade everything. So I like the fact that they shade my orchard because I don't want my orchard burning up over there. Like even blackberries, I did not know that cut them. You cut them from the bottom. Right. So do I dig them up or just cut the plant down? Just cut the bottom and leave the root? Don't dig them up. Hmm. So just cut them. Do I replant them? How do you replant them? How do you do that? You just plant what you cut down without roots? Okay. I'll look it up. That is something that I actually really need to do. But I was asking you because I thought maybe you had done it before. So yeah, I will do that. I'll do some research. Maybe watch some banana videos because YouTube education is spot on, y'all. There, whenever you want to do something, there's always someone who has already done it. So you are absolutely right, Eric. Look it up. Like we tell our students, look it up. All right, so I'm gonna let you go. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fill the rest of these bags, and maybe I'll take a few pictures so y'all can see. And on to the next. We have harvested a watermelon today. You get the shave and you get the shave and cut to the bottom of the root. Cut to the bottom of the root. Okay, I don't understand what you meant by that. All right, I'll watch a couple videos, Eric. Thank you so much for being here with me and sharing with me and asking questions. That is what makes YouTube so special when the people come to engage and, learn what we're learning because that's what we're doing. We're all on this journey together, right? So thank you for coming in. And what about that watermelon? What about that watermelon, Eric, right? Grow some watermelons, Eric. All right. Peace and blessings, everybody. I hope you have the most amazing day. And whatever you do, don't let anyone get in the way on your journey to becoming in this season. That's okay, Eric. You were absolutely amazing. Bye for now.